So say hi to Rod from Bayside. What's up, Rod?
What's going on, Artie? How you been?
Good, man. So now you're still with also your lovely girlfriend, Marcy. When I say Rod is not a bad looking kid, I bust his chops, but he's got a really beautiful girl. How long you guys been going out?
5 years now.
Wow. So
chloroform works one day.
Tell me about it. Is she like complaining about you making a movie, or you gotta go to the next level, or what?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say she's complaining, but we have a plan. So.
Oh yeah. Well, what's the plan?
She does what I tell her to do.
I doubt that. I doubt that seriously. What are you? You're in cop school. What are you doing again?
No, I'm done. I'm actually doing probably your worst nightmare. I'm driving a truck right now.
Right, but if I went back to driving a truck, that would be my worst. But listen, if this doesn't go, I might be. This is my last podcast. Is the last welcome mat before the door in show business. So what school didn't work out? You were going to some forensic school?
Yeah, I was going for forensic science, but it's just like, in the climate of today, I don't even want to be a cop, honestly.
No,
or anything.
But I mean, this was not a cop; it was like a scientist,
right? But you'd be working for the cop. I mean, I guess it would. It's very difficult to get into. So I just need to make some money. So.
Right, I hear you.
I got a question. So scientifically, how would you choke me? I thought that was hilarious. I'm sorry.
What he does is plants evidence.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
That's what I was in training.
So scientifically, how would you put Lucy's in my pocket?
He turns a murder into a mistake. He turns your murder into you were charging him with a knife.
He's coming right at me.
No, exactly. That's what he tried.
He had a gun.
But you're like Law and Order has the science person. Like
right,
they always go to the
the crime scene. Pick up.
Law and Order always has a smoking hot chick. Always has those jobs. Like every Victoria's Secret model has been a prosecutor on Law and Order. And the scientist there's that really hot light skinned black chick. Mm-hmm. I don't know her name, but she's always the scientist on it. There's another one too. It's not as hot, the white chick, but there's a
Mariska.
Hot. Yeah. Well, Mariska Hargitay's she's a cop.
She had her years. I mean,
a lot of cops look like her. Like I wouldn't want her to cuff me. I'd commit crimes to make that happen. She's
hot.
But she's very hot.
I did a scene with her. She's hot.
Cut that out, please. I want that.
I'm uncomfortable. I'm very uncomfortable.
Jim,
listen,
you want to give
Mattery's 10 minutes.
Jim, you want to give
he's playing in
you want to give the crowbar back that you used for that?
Was there whipped cream involved?
Plugging a Law and Order episode that aired in the early '90s.
Streaming on Netflix right now.
No, Jim, of course, did a lot of work on Law and Order. Like everyone who has a SAG card in New York City.
I'm a 5-time champ.
On Law and Order, were you on Law and Order SVU or the regular?
Twice on SVU, 3 on the regular one.
I don't know why I walked down this road.
Big fan of SVU. What were you, rapist number 2 or 3?
Chris Cotton is mocking me.
I go back to Jerry Orbach.
No, he's done. Jim has done a lot of acting. Actually, let's plug it. Jim might be in Taken 3.
Yes,
we don't know for sure. He doesn't know if he got cut out of it. I'm going to fucking see Taken 3. Like I give a shit.
As far as I know, I'm in it. That's the latest thing I got.
Yeah, but I'm going to go sit through it for. What do you play?
I play Cop Brooks, FBI agent.
Cop Brooks,
literally
Mr. Brooks.
Cop number 1.
I got a nice little bit in it.
Yeah, so you're probably in it.
I'm also in Most Violent Year.
What's that?
It's a movie that just came out. You're gonna love it. With Jessica Chastain and the guy from
she's the fire crotch from
the guy Oscar. I can't think of his last name now. They might get nominated for Academy Award.
What might? My Violent
A
Year?
Most Violent Year. You're gonna love it.
Jim's
it's an Artie Lange kind of movie.
What does that mean?
It's a good drama. It takes place in 1980. No. It takes place in
1980.
And it's
what am I, a Phillies fan?
It's got a good Chinatown, Godfather feel.
All right, shut his mic off. Shut his mic off. Jim starts getting on the resume. We better shut the mic. No, all right, thank you.
You like the movie. What do you
if you
want?
hear something else, you were in, blurt it out.
The Family with De Niro.
So Rod from Bayside, we're gonna now. I know James is a big James Flippin, our tech guy. He's a big fan of your work too. So you picked out a couple of select Rod calls. Here's Rod from Bayside doing what he does best.
Guy's nuts. Larry and Tom's River. What's up, Larry?
Hey, Mike. I wanted to ask you how you feel about Dan Fly
Filato from the Artie Lange show taking a bologna baton in his duty dumpster?
And so there's a guy who just waits, and that's not getting on the air anyway. So you waste your time. It's just wasting
Mike,
time.
I
You're
hate
going to
to
be
tell
vulgar to impress some other show somewhere. It's not going to get on the air. It's a waste of time. You can't get it on the air. John in Jersey.
Mike, it was on the air. How does anybody who has, I want to know the guy who has the job of telling Francesa after the show, Mike, it got on the air.
I don't think they tell him. I think they just let him think that.
First of all, so that means he's doing a whole rap on the air that's referring to nothing.
Mm-hmm, right.
Like no one knows what he's talking about. Clearly that's on the air.
Yeah. Well, sometimes he goes on for like 5 minutes talking about how it's not getting on the air, why you got to mention Artie's name for.
Play that one more time. I want to hear that rap with the baloney.
Guy's nuts. Larry in Tom's River. What's up, Larry?
Hey, Mike, I wanted to ask you how you feel about Dan Filato from the Artie Lange show taking a bologna baton in his duty dumpster.
And so there's a guy who just waits, and that's not getting on the air anyway. So you waste your time. It's just wasting your time. You're going to be vulgar.
I mean, it was like
to
baloney baton on his duty dumpster. You know how big of a fuck up that is on the producer's part. That's not a quick. You didn't yell out "fuck," Baba Booey or something. You yell. I mean, baloney baton on your duty dumpster. You had a long, drawn out. That's hilarious. All right, let's hear something.
Lamar is calling from Staten Island. Lamar, you're on the fan in New York City. What's happening?
Smooth. It's an honor to speak to you, brother.
Oh, same here, Lamar, and happy holidays, the whole thing.
And a very happy holidays to you, too.
What's going on? What can you say?
I want to talk about this Dickey trade.
Okay.
I think the Mets should have gone for the other minor league catcher, Dan Filato, on the Tuscaloosa Turd Cutters, which would pretty much be R.A. Dickey for I Heart Dickey.
No, you're gone. See you later. Goodbye. All right. First of all, what? You don't think we've heard this kind of stuff before? We haven't been there. It's a waste of time. You're waiting on hold. You take time from somebody else. It's not funny to begin with. The whole thing.
Oh, it's very funny, Steve. Steve, you leave what's funny up to me. Okay, it's the Tuscaloosa Turd. One more time with that.
Lamar is calling from Staten Island. Lamar, you're on the van in New York City. What's happening?
Smooth.
Kiss his ass. He loves
same
that.
here, Lamar, and happy holidays, the whole thing.
And a very happy holidays to you, too.
What's going on? What can you say?
I want to talk about this Dickey trade.
Okay.
I think the Mets should have gone for the other minor league catcher, Dan Filato, on the Tuscaloosa Turd Cutters. Pretty much be R.A. Dickey for I Heart Dickey.
No, you're gone. See you later. Goodbye.
You're gone.
All right. First of all,
You're
you
gone.
don't think we've heard this kind of stuff before and we haven't been there? It's a waste of time. You're waiting on hold. You take time from somebody else. It's not funny to begin with, the whole thing.
His voice is hilarious.
Did you guys ever actually see Steve Summers, what he looks like? Well,
I've
he's a
only
New
seen a
York guy,
picture,
so you
yeah.
wouldn't know, Chris, but he's an overnight sports guy in New York. And I around the schmoes. He looks like a guy who had a tracheotomy in the early 70s and lost a bunch of weight from it. And,
He's like 95 years old now, right?
Oh, unbelievable.
And I see him at auditions, and I have to. It's for sports.
Steve
announcers.
Summers?
Imagine
At
he-
audition?
And you walk in the room, and it's Steve Albert, Steve Summers.
Did you
and
beat him out
me.
for Taken 3?
Detective number 5.
They read for sports announcers, like for radio.
I
spots.
know. Well, yeah. Russo used to talk about.
And they
those
lose
in New
out to
York.
like jerks like me.
Well, because they're not actors. It's funny. Sometimes those guys can't even play themselves. Sometimes it's hard to do. But let's play one more oldie but goodie.
Let's go out to Hector in Corona. Hector, you're on the fan.
Hector.
Hey, how are you doing tonight?
I'm fine, man. What's going on?
Before I get to my Giants point, I have a quick story about David Wright to share, if that's okay.
Sure.
So my buddy Jack Tesson owned a clothing store in the city called Twink Scarves. And David Wright was in the store, and he said the main reason he is staying in New York is so that he can tongue punch Dan Filato's fart box.
A chance to show some brains, and he just wanted to have fun. They thought it was funny.
Show some
Big
brains.
night, the Giants spit the bit, and
You know what?
You're a wizard with your word.
You're
a wizard with
you know
your
what it
words.
reminds me of? It reminds me of how people get all self-righteous on Twitter when they block somebody. Good one. You're gone. And guess what? You're gone. Bye. Like, shut up.
Well, a lot of these sayings I learned from Stuart Scott. So
yeah, turd cutter and fart box were two big Stuart Scott. Booyah, turd cutter. So
Jam-a-lamb.
What is that out on the old ones? Yeah. Let's play a couple more old ones.
Yeah, it really is. Rodney in Bayside. What's up, Rodney?
Hey, how you doing, Mike?
Good.
I actually have a pretty interesting story for you. I was in Paris for the Springsteen show.
Right.
And outside of my hotel, there was this big baby gorilla fighting with the cops over there. You had to see it. It was crazy.
You had a gorilla fighting with the cops.
Yeah, it was a big baby gorilla. He looked just like Artie Lange.
All right, so, I mean, did you really wait on the line to tell us that? I hope not. I hope not.
I hope not. I hope not. Oh.
He's so worried about you and your well-being. I hope not. I hope not. And, I love the other part about these funny phone calls. They always call you stupid. They're the ones getting fucking fooled.
Yeah, and pissed off about it.
Yeah, and aggravated. All right, you know what? Let's play. So we have 3 new ones then, right?
Right.
So explain this. Because of the holidays, a lot of like Francesca wasn't there, so you got some people who filled in. Who are these people you got?
Well, one of the new calls is to Francesca. I used a Barack Obama. I took some clips of Obama talking about sports, and I used it to see if Francesca would believe it was him, and then I had Obama insult him so he would hang up on him.
All right. Okay, let's hear that.
Barry in Washington. What's up, Barry?
Thanks for having me in.
What's happening?
Look at the Giants this year. Nobody would have picked them. No, they wouldn't have been. They wouldn't have been crowned as champions if you had a coach's poll. But it can't hurt.
Who's the Giants? What Giants? What Giants? Football Giants?
Maybe they're looking at that big butt of yours.
Football Giants? I mean, the calls get stranger by the minute.
Mike, that was the president of the United States.
Barry in Washington.
I'm Barry in Washington. Play that again.
Barry in Washington. What's up, Barry?
Thanks for having me in.
What's happening?
Look at the Giants this year. Nobody would have picked them. No, they wouldn't have been. They wouldn't have been crowned as champions if you had a coach's poll. But it can't hurt.
Who the Giants? What Giants? What Giants? Football Giants?
Maybe they're looking at that big butt of yours.
Football Giants? I mean. The calls get stranger by the minute.
That's fantastic. You can't tell. I guess maybe if you don't know. All right, who's next? What else you got?
So the woman who was on last night, her name is Lori Rubinson, and she is on very infrequently. But so her reaction to every prank call seems to be to just chuckle and say, "I don't know where that was going."
Right.
Like she's like a deer in headlights. She doesn't know how to react to it. She's not a professional like Francesca.
Yeah.
Let's go to Julius in Flushing. What's going on, Julius?
Hi, Lori. Thanks for taking my call.
You're very welcome.
Lori, I'm watching this Cowboys-Lions game.
Yep.
And I really can't see how that was not pass interference. The last time I saw someone use their hands that much was when Dan Filato was pumping guys off in the gym locker room.
Okay. Anyway.
Look. Pumping guys off.
Well, you know how Dan is.
Last time. Play that one more time.
Let's go to Julius in Flushing. What's going on, Julius?
Hi, Lori. Thanks for taking my call.
You're very welcome.
Lori, I'm watching this Cowboys-Lions game.
Yep.
And I really can't see how that was not pass interference. The last time I saw someone use their hands that much was when Dan Filato was pumping guys off in the gym locker room.
Okay. Anyway.
She dug it.
Look.
She's giggling. Sounds like she was attracted to you.
It's possible.
Julius and Flushing.
I got that silky smooth voice.
Oh, God. Pumping guys off. So there's one more?
Yeah, it's the same woman, but this time I figured the screener would know my voice after that first.
So this is where Marcy.
Yeah, my
you're actually
Marcy.
getting your pretty girlfriend involved in this darkness.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
All right, Marcy in Bayside. You've been waiting patiently. What's going on, Marcy?
Hi, Lori. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you?
I'm a really big Cowboys fan, and I have to admit, when they won the game, I had the same reaction I had when I heard Artie Lange was doing a podcast. I could not stop flicking my bean. I mean, I really could not stop gagging my clam.
Hey. I don't even know where that one was heading.
Wanting her clam, Jack?
Gagging.
Gagging
her clam.
I like podcasting, gagging your clam.